This is funny. I showed you how to open wine. I opened up this one again. I want students to learn to open wine. It's like a cooking class. If I cook something, I want you guys to cook it. If I open it, I want you guys to come and open it. This is an opportunity to learn how to open wine professionally. I have it, every class is like this. It's not just you guys. Every wine class I have, everybody's going, there's 6 bottles here. I'm not going to open it up. There we go. Learn. Learn. I gotta get something open like this. Generally, what you do is you take, if you don't see, she's off on an angle. No, like I said, if you're in my class, you make a mistake, that's fine, because I want you to learn from your mistakes. She's in an angle, because when you put the corkscrew in, I put it sideways, I press it in the center, and I move it up. Now, when you're putting it in, the corkscrew, she's kind of turning the bottle, because it's kind of easier. But the best thing to do is snap, 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 snap. 7 times out of 6, 7, that was 8. Then you hold like that. And this part you have to hold really tight. It's better to do it on the table. Then you pull it up. Get it up to that point. Almost out, and just circle. Alright? No, go ahead. No, you failed the first time. Number 1. What's cheese? Oh no, I want to do that. Sorry, I want to do that. 400. Yeah. Okay, they got it. Yeah, I wanted to put one on. I like cheese. Everybody have this copy down? Okay, who's next? You? It takes some strength. It's not that easy. It does take some strength to do that. Okay. No, it's a little tight. Now the circle and bring it out. You pull up. Pull up. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Very nice. Okay, this is the California Chardonnay. This is number 2. You want to come around and let's sit down? No drinking, go. Put your glasses down. Let's do it together. The best to do is to do this. It's just a good idea from that. Number 2. Just take that center, she just started like this, so you put the point in the center. You press with your thumb and then bring it up. A little off, but that's not that bad. The best to do is just to pour in place. Because if you notice, if it mixes up, there's no way of fixing it. No. Okay, who's next? Who's next? No, you're there. No, you can just circle out. Pull up, though. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I need somebody to open up this bottle. You never just take it home. Number 2. This Mondavi is a very nice wine. Here we go. Take the knife. Peel it off. Wipe it. Close. Open. Take the point there. Point inside. Press it. And then snap, 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 snap. Get to that point. How come this is not registered? Type Robert Mondavi and look at that, like English Google, you find thousands of wines. The Superman of wines. It's not that he makes the best wines, he really made a difference. There's a difference in the thought. There's a quality difference. One more turn. And really hold this tight. There you go. Yeah, there you go. And now, sir, see that. Awesome. I don't know if we should open up 2 of these. I don't know if you're going to like it, but. Wow, what a good color. We'll hold off on this. Well, no, I guess we'll hold off. Next. Might as well do it. This is the way to do it. Good color, huh? That's what it's set up for. But to me, swallow is very important because it goes down and you have the nose. She's turning the ball. Because it's easier that way. It's Just to that point there. This, you gotta hold it tight. It takes some muscles. There you go. Keep going. There you go. Oh, you're over the stop? Okay, good. Once again, you look at the labels too, and actually, there's probably some information here on the Quran. You know, that might give you a hint of what you expect, what's going to go on. Was there any extra practice? I got this. Perfect.
Well, sometimes I leave school and then I get on the KTX. On the KTX, I get up home and so this is on like 15 hours. Get ready for everything for one.
A note, since we have 2 Chardonnays, do not take 2 Chardonnays out. You can look at it like this, but don't take it. If you mix them up, there'd be no way of straightening out which one is which. It's impossible. It's virtually impossible. Okay? Now you have this in your notes, right? You should turn to that page, and this pages. These are the basic terms, the big pictures, the big flavors, right? The other page is the wine wheel, which I'll put up there once again. Well, let's go to the midterm question that everybody seems to make mistakes on. Obviously, like this kind of stuff is all midterm material. It really is. Okay? Like I said, it's not a sommelier class. It's a wine appreciation class. Okay? Let's take number 1. And even by looking at it, I haven't smelled it or anything. Looking at it, I already have an impression. I already have an idea of what this is going to taste like. Right? Sniff. What do you got? What do you smell? I get raw, R-A-W. R-A-W, don't taste yet. Don't taste yet. Raw grapes. If I took green grapes, I smash it, that's what I smell. Not fermented grapes, I don't smell alcohol. Like with the red wines, generally they hit you with the alcohol. It's the same, they're basically all the same alcohol percentage too. It's like, maybe we should put that on there, but this is 14, and the California is 13.5. So they're basically the same alcohol. And say the red wine is 13.5 too. So they're all the same alcohol. But I don't smell alcohol. I smell grapes. I smell leaves. I smell green. I smell fresh, actually. Right? Sip, slurp, swish. No, it is that one. This is a quaffing wine. One of those definitions. This is a nice drinking wine on a summer day. This is great with almost any kind of chicken, fish, or almost any dish. Right? So let's talk about mouthfeel. First of all, nose. Let's go back to nose. This is now where you take notes. Big nose, small nose. Big nose. Don't forget, everybody's gonna be different. There's no right or wrong in this class. I get a small nose. I don't get a big bouquet. I smell things, yes, I get aromas, but I don't have, it's not a big nose to me. It doesn't hit me back. I thought this would be a little more citrusy, but it's not. It's very smooth, actually. It's extremely smooth. Excuse me, mouthfeel. Heavy, light. How's the palate? Well, again, one of those words, palate. How's the palate? Mouthfeel. Let's go there first. Thick or thin? Thin? Thick. Thin? Thick. I go with the thin part myself, but not watery. It's not. It has a lot to it. How about the finish? 1 second, 2 second, 3 second. Long finish, short finish. Short finish. Long finish. Molayo finish. The half thing has a molayo, trust me. I think it has a long finish. But if you have a short finish, that's your mouth. It doesn't mean it's good or bad. If you remember in the early videos, super tasters. Most girls are super tasters, so everything has a longer finish, a little more sour, a little stronger, where boys are generally non-super tasters. What about flavors? What kind of flavors do you got? To me, clearly over here. I recall somebody said, well, what does that taste like? I'm going to say this is a fruity wine. I would go more up to the lemon grapefruit, citrusy area. With a little of this, the fresh. Piedmont's that's a green Piedmont, I can see that. The more I think about it. But so I see fresh, fruity, citrusy. Do you agree? Or not there? You tell me what you taste. Because we're all going to taste different. And we are. So what I taste is going to be different than what you guys taste. So what do you think? Well, that's positive then. She said sour and sweet, which is good because you know that is a great combination in any foods, sweet and sour. Okay. Take a break. Take a cracker. Take some cheese. Who likes it? Joy. I do too. It's a light wine. It's not a serious wine. It's a fun wine. It's a cooperative. I would bring it to a friend's house. Look at it that way. If I was going to a friend's house and said, "Oh, bring wine," I would bring that wine without a question. Now, just crack the cheese, let you chew it, get rid of it, we'll go with the next Chardonnay. Now Chardonnays are the same varietal, so what are we going to expect? Now you should understand, that's pretty much a classic Chardonnay taste. It's a little sweeter than most Chardonnays, but again, it's that style. Now, you remember the Chilean wines. Who liked the Chilean red wines? Last tasting. None of you. None of you guys like that. But I did that on purpose. You can see now, I think you like this wine. You like the California Chardonnay too. You guys generally like white wines more than red wines because of cultural difference. Let's go for number 2. Do you see any difference?
Any difference?
Any difference? You think what you do is too, you want to do, don't lift up both glasses. But you put a piece of white paper behind it. To give you a good idea. And I tell you honestly, I see the same color in my eyes. But you have to be careful too. More wine, this is very little in here. Yeah, you're gonna need the glass shape and how much wine's in that glass will change the color. So you got almost equal amounts. Yeah, equal amounts. A little darker, but not much, not tremendous, and it should be. California's known, first of all, California's famous for Chardonnays. Chile isn't. So let's take number 2, excuse me. Yeah, to perceive almost the same color. Yeah, that was a little dark. Let's go for the nose. Wow. No, I shouldn't say that. I want you guys to say wow. Big nose, small nose. See, I got a big nose. If you get small, like I said, there's no right or wrong. To me, this is, what do you smell? I get ocean, I get sea, I get gim, seaweed smell. Not a bad, but more like ocean smell than Miagook smell, more than that. I like the smell of the first one better, to be honest with you. Okay, then 4, 5, 6, 7. Mouthfeel. Heavy, light, medium. To me, a medium-like mouthfeel. I'll say this first one. First one's thinner. That one is more light. This one's called medium. We're pretty close to the same. What about finish? I still taste it. Let's go back to the wheel. As a general rule, white wines are over here, red wines are over here. Oh, well, here and here. Not so much chemical, but yeah, we can go from here to here to keep it simple. Say from vegetative up that way. But we can get some of that, because green olives, green beans, asparagus. What I don't get in this is flinty, steel, chemical paper, sulfur. Something going on inside. See, these are all negatives. That's funny, I can't seem to find it. Okay, here we go. Dried hay, straw. I don't get as fresh, in other words, this to me is not as fresh tasting. So you get, this is dried, fresh. The first one, I really got a fresh, grapey type of flavor. This one's more like dry. Now, it's just tobacco and tea, but it doesn't really mean town-based smell, or even though red wines, white wines can have that, especially Chardonnay. As a California Chardonnay, no, this is very light. I was expecting more of a heavier flavor. It is a little heavier, but not that much. A little more sour than sweet. I think we'd all agree on that. The first one's a little sweeter, right? But it's not super sour. The first taste is sour, but then sweet comes in second. The aftertaste, like the finish is how long in time. The aftertaste is the second taste. That's why swallowing is important. You swallow, like it says sometimes spit, but swallowing, you swallow it down and then you breathe out your nose and you get that secondary aroma. So that's a very important thing. So I taste, like the first taste is like lemon pineapple, but then as it sits, you get a little sour, sweetness starts, and then kind of disappears. The other one had a longer finish, that's for sure. I would think so. Now no argue at this point. Take number one now. Interesting. Not as sweet, to me, not as sweet as the first time. It's kind of interesting. Because now when we were, by drinking alcohol, we were changing our systems, that type of thing. Which one do you prefer in the Chardonnays? Who likes the California Chardonnays? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chile Chardonnays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. There's about a 50-50 split, which is fine. Like I said, there's no right or wrong in this class. Now, Mr. Mondavi, we're going to be down here. Woody, oak, cedar, coffee, smoky, but not burnt, toast taste. We should be getting down there. Rarely do you get anything this in the red wine, but you could get this. Gumpoto, very, very positive flavor in red wines. Now going from white wine to red wines, you really have to let your palate rest. Any questions? Let me go to the red one. Once we're done, once again, when we're done tasting, you guys can drink all you want. But in class, we have to do it tasting wise, right? And say that we have plenty of wine for you guys to enjoy. But once again, like I said, first you have to taste the wine. Do you like the white wine? Just general? Yeah, it's nice, especially now in this weather. Now it's getting a little warmer. It's a more delightful wine. Because we haven't talked about price yet either. Price is always interesting. I always find the price very interesting. And it's 4 years old, which is perfect for it. This is 2019, which is actually perfect for this. This one's a little on the old side. What was this? 2019, I thought it was older. Okay. This doesn't have a date. This should be 2020. This should be interesting. This is a Cabernet grape without anything in it. Speaking of Cabernet, now if you remember the Chilean wines, we're going to talk about color, right? The Chilean wine was a little brighter, a little more ruby. This is a little darker. Very clear. And I do like Chilean wines. A lot of people say, no, they have very, very nice. They're more French than they are New World. Let's go for the nose. Wow. I'm right down here. Cedar oak smoky. Gotta smell burnt, match. Fire. A little rubber smell. Rubber is actually negative, but it's not tar, plastic, this petroleum. Generally, petroleum is, any of these flavors can be negative if it's too much. Like anything too sweet is not good either. And I'll order some ice wines for you guys, because you guys love ice wines. But that's something really, really sweet. Okay? What do you smell? Do you smell fire? Rubber? Plastic? I don't smell fresh, I don't smell flowers. That's what I'm trying to get to. Okay? Whoops. Four, five, six, seven. She loves it. Big difference. That's what I was going to talk about mouthfeel. Tannic acid, is it dry? A lot of tannics in it. Once again, that's for red wine drinkers, that's what they look for. Not too much tannic, they won't look for that. What else you get? Do you get smoke? Tambay? That's what I get on it. Tea, coffee. The finish is rather short though. I swallow it. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. They're gone. The white ones linger much, much longer. I do get a lot of Itmul. A lot of Itmul coming out of this. What word? Oh, like yak?
Yes.
No, she gets like a cognac or just yak in general? Cognac? That's interesting. That's down here. That's basically on it. Yeah, on it. On the wheel. I'm looking for licorice. Too close. Yes. I did get a little vanilla. I did get a little vanilla. We got that in the Chilean one. Oh, it's on there somewhere. Licorice. Gancho. Right? Gancho oil? Yeah, that's what she picked up on it. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. And that's on here somewhere. Yeah, it's on there somewhere. Too many choices. So once again, what I'm getting from there is this tar plastic, smoky cedar oak, gancho, that's for sure. And then up to here, a little fruity, not much of the fruit. Now, if we tasted the other way around, if we went this way, which we're basically done tasting now. We're basically done. Hopefully you got some notes down and things like that. But if we did, when you go back to this white wine, it's gonna taste like water. It's gonna taste really thin. It's gonna have really no bite to it at all. But before we go out drinking, let's talk prices. Let's talk money. Clearly, the California wines are more expensive. Chile, like once again, I said, Chilean wines are really good for their price. They're excellent for their price. There's absolutely I find nothing wrong with them. The only problem with Chilean wines in general is a good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. You don't really have that consistency that most winemakers have. So how much? It is the lowest bottle, so. But I would bring it to a friend's house. I find that the Chilean wine very nice, actually, for meeting with friends, having, sitting down, drinking, eating a little. How much? Monochanum? Okay, Monochanum. Down, little less. Well, 30% less. Mono. I'll just put 10 to make it simple. Now, if you've been in my cooking classes, you know I'm very salty. You know, but once again, for Mono, that's good. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. The California Chardonnay.
That's just standard answer, just say Monochanum.
One reason why, too, is that California for the last 2 years has been having bad weather, wildfires and things like that. So the price is up higher, and maybe not the quality's just there's not that much wines around. Once again, I feel like with the Chilean wines and stuff like that, is this twice as good? Not really. It's better. I think it's better, for sure. I don't think it's twice as good as it is. All right. Now, Mr. Mandavi's wine. I usually do tasting 2 wines. I myself get a little big drink after that. Who likes the red wine? I do. Only, well, really not the only reason, but I've been drinking wines for many, many years. This is like for you guys, a lot of you guys, the first time tasting some of these wines. They taste bitter, sour, burnt, that type of thing. But this is very complex. There's many layers of flavors in it. It's a little burnt, hoochoo. I get that in there very, very much. It's the spiciness of like hoochoo or anything else. Not like a go-to spiciness, but a hoochoo spiciness. To be honest with you, it's not the best ones I've had, that's for sure. And every year is up and down. So let's talk about how much would you pay for it? You wouldn't pay for it. How much? Monochanum. Monpalchanum. Yeah, keep going, keep going. You're gonna be surprised. Oh my God, it's right. Wait till we get to the French wines. Well, as I said before, California has been having weather problems, so all their wine prices would go up, good or bad wines, because they're just not around. There's not so much of it. Okay. Any questions? Next class, online. Now I'm really good. So next class will be online about French wines. But that information will not be on mid-test, right? We'll be on mid-test tasting, the V's, the S's, the V's, the S's. What is a varietal? Name some varietals. Anchor wines. Nothing about percentages or anything like that. It's not, like I said, I don't feel that's important. Maybe wine labels. Because you have that video on wine labels. So. Because I really, like when class is over, I'm sorry. I know, it's very, I kind of lose it. All I want you to do in this class is when we're done with this class, you walk in and you see a bottle of wine and you look at the label and you have an idea what's inside. And somebody says, oh, it's a Cabernet Sauvignon. Oh yeah, that's a varietal wine. Varietal, what's that? Oh, Vinous vinifera. That's the type of grapes that you use for winemaking. I don't want you guys sommeliers, but I want you to be a little more knowledgeable on wines. And as I told you in the beginning of the first class, if you can pour a glass of wine and put it in front of a customer and you can make 5,000, 6,000 yuan just by serving wine, that's a lot of, that's dessert people, to make it dessert. It takes forever to make a dessert. But if somebody has a glass of wine, you make much more money from a glass of wine than from anything else. Okay? So, any questions about mid-test? 12:30 here. Who's been in my classes before? You've all been in my other classes?
Maybe.
I think so. Everybody in my class? Raise your hand. Because some of you are. Yeah, I know you are. She is, but she's not listening. You've been in my class before, right? Big guy, yeah. Right? Yeah. Please raise your hand if you've been in my class. Yeah, raise a glass. Raise a glass. I like that. You guys never been in my class? Okay. Once again, test true, false, fill in the blanks. They're pretty easy tests, but you have to read your notes. You have to read your notes. They're not difficult tests. No percentages of that or anything like that. Things I keep talking about. Vinous vinifera. Anything with V. Anything with V is actually important with that. Nothing about history. No. Okay? Any other questions?
Has this tested whether similar another?
Yeah, it's not hard. If you don't, he asked me, because he's been in, how many, 2 classes, 3 classes?
So many classes.
So many classes. He's been in every class, he knows, he understands. He just asked me the question, what level is the test? And it's the same level. If you go through your notes and read the notes, you'll do fine. If you just don't, it's going to happen. I don't get paid to give bad grades. I only get paid to give you information. You have to use that information. That really is. Okay? So which one's the best? Regardless of price. That's why I don't tell you price at the beginning. If I told you price in the beginning, you're going to think this is going to be golden. But most of you guys are around here. It's actually evenly split between the two. And that's expected. Is it twice as bad? No. But this has a lot to do with California problems. More than anything else, the price has gone up a lot. This could be monochrome last year. This year, it's up that. And prices change. Personally, I do like this. This price, I don't like. I really don't like. But overall, it has more complexity. This is perfect description, sweet and sour. And it's very balanced between the two. This one is a little more on the sour side. But if you're eating fish or chicken or something like that, that might be positive. But to me, this has a lot of flavors in there, a lot of different flavors. And red wines take more time to get used to. That's for sure. They're not the kind of thing you taste like that. Who drinks beer here? Mekju, Juar. No? Girls? No Mekju? Because the Korean market, the Metju market in Korea is changing so much. Many microbreweries, IPAs, these really quality beers are out there now. That should be its own course, really, right now. When I came to Korea, cost, height, OB. Game over. That was it. Nothing more. And now I was in Mega Mart the other day. Because Mega Mart actually has a good wine selection. At good prices, they really do. Not a big selection, but they do have some good wines. Mostly Australian, New Zealand, South African wines. They don't have they have some French wines, but not so much. It's expensive. That's why. Dongdae's not, the Gangnam area. But the beer selection, I couldn't believe all the different high quality Korean-made beers. They're not just imported beers. So that's a market to think about. As once again as professionals. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. You know the routine. She wants to She's talking about no, you guys are moving forward. I can see that. You guys, the first class, you had to see your faces. I should have recorded it. Now you have more of an understanding of this. And once again, we did these earlier wines, New World wines, to the lighter. The French wines are a little stronger, a little more bitey, a little more tannins. But that's why the Europeans like it. That's why the French really love it. German wines are a little lighter and sweeter, but overall, they're still different. Excuse me. Once again, the wines are open, they're yours. Enjoy. But make sure we clean up, okay? Thank you very much, and see you 2 weeks for tests. Okay.